Welcome to the GCNTech show.
This week we have got new unreleased sunglasses on Geraint Thomas, a brand new Specialized, the most expensive Colnago ever, plus your usual favourites, comments, and the Bitefold.
We're also going to be taking a deep dive into our main talking point, and we're going to be discussing what the UCI have been banning.
They've banned more stuff, haven't they?
Again, yeah.
More bans.
Back at it again.
More bans.
Damn. Damn, Daniel.
Fun police.
Now, if you're wondering where Alex is this week, he is on holiday in Croatia sipping pina coladas.
Yes.
Living the dream.
On to our main talking point, which is about, well, new tech is being banned at the Tour de France this year, and Tour de France Femme avec Zwift.
Yeah.
So the UCI, sports governing body, is clamping down on prototype equipment. So the teams are not going to be allowed to use any equipment unless it is at the advanced prototype stage and it is about to be released by the brands that make it.
And I guess this is to clamp down on the rule that teams can only use kit that is commercially available.
I think that's part of it, but it's not all kit. So, well, in theory, when I've looked at the rules that have been written, you could still, in theory, ride and wear some brand new, custom, unreleased sunglasses. It's only what the UCI is deeming critical equipment, which they stipulate as being frames, forks, seat posts, front and rear wheels. That's what it says in the rules.
What about the middle wheel?
Yeah. But then also clothing, although it doesn't go into too much detail on what clothing stipulates, but then also helmets as well. Also deemed critical equipment is handlebars, TT bike base bars, and those custom TT extensions.
Ooh. Now, there will be fines and penalties for teams who don't meet these new rules, and they range from 5,000 Swiss francs all the way up to 100,000 Swiss francs, and even disqualification.
Heaven forbid. Well, I mean, the thing is with this is you feel it's closing one of our favourite UCI reach-arounds.
Do you mean loophole?
Yeah, reach-around. So, like, for years, teams have been using equipment that it just feels like the rules haven't been enforced. So kit was kind of supposed to be commercially available, but we often saw, fancy custom skin suits that weren't available to buy get wheeled out for time trials. And then also the most famous example is probably the Continental Pro Limited tubular tyre, which for years was what all the pros used, but it was never for sale anywhere. I'm not sure how I feel about this. So on the one hand, I think it is quite good because you need things to be commercially available for the commercialisation of the sport, which is kind of how it funds it, and that's a large part of it. And so I think that's good. I also think at an international level, particularly kind of in the Olympic environment, this is important because you want it. You don't want to have certain nations like GB in the secret squirrel era gaining a big advantage and sort of other countries not being able to compete at all because just on tech. But on the other hand, I don't think it's going to be that great for small companies. And a lot of small companies create great innovation. So you think of like the custom extensions that Remco uses, the speed bar that is purely just customized for him and made by speedbar.nl, and they've been on the show and stuff, and it's really interesting. And also like the custom shoes that Stefan Bissiger wears that are just molded to his feet and just carbon, things like that I think are really cool, and they often then change the way that bigger brands make their products and influence them. And I don't know, I would hate to see that gone.
I wonder if those rules will apply to the custom things.
It's not totally clear cut in the wording.
I'm sure we'll find out soon. The new rules do state that any products yet to still hit the market will be authorised if they are in the final stages of development, but they have to be commercially available for customers within 12 months of the application going in, and there will be a very particularly keen eye on health and safety of those products.
Yeah, it feels like they need to be like the final working sort of product. It's not like prototypes aren't allowed.
No.
It's interesting because in the past we have seen prototype equipment used, not so much at the Tour de France because it's too high stakes a race, but teams often do do like real field testing in a race environment of things like tyres and frames and stuff. And we know that that's been done in the past. So I don't know, it would be a shame to lose that, especially seeing as one of our favourite things is spotting this tech being tested and used at races, which we've often done in the past.
And did this rule come out in April, I think?
The deadline for equipment being submitted to be used in the Tour de France is June the 1st for the Tour, and for the Tour de France Femme, Athletic Swift, it is, I think, the 17th of June.
I wonder how much this has affected what teams have maybe had planned.
Or more what the sponsors have had planned, because the sponsors might have had planned certain things to be used. There's probably loopholes, though, so often you might... The rest day isn't technically the race, is it? So maybe you'll see the rest day ride done on a new model of bike or something like that. But it's interesting. It's not all though. They're going to police it by way of RFID tags.
A what?
So these are like little electronic stickers which they're going to stick on all the equipment and on the frames.
Oh.
But the UCI police come around and they stick every single frame with one of these tags so that they can electronically monitor and keep a log of all the frames being used by a team.
So will there be a sticker on just the frame? And that would be like the complete bike, or would it be the frame, the handlebars, the tire?
I think it's the frame, and then it'll log other information on the electronic tag. But it goes underneath the sort of seat post top tube junction, according to the rules. So it's out of the way of the public view and from jet washing. That's what they say. And apparently, if you remove this sticker, it destroys it. So
you get fined if you remove it as well.
I think so.
Probably.
But imagine the headache this is going to cause.
Yeah.
So, for example, if a rider is at the Tour and they go into the yellow jersey, the sponsor quickly wants to get them a yellow bike to be right. They have to now, poor mechanics have enough on their plate already. They've now got to find a UCI commissaire and get them to attach one of these stickers to sanction the bike. Otherwise,
they can't ride it.
They can't ride the bike, and they get
a fine or disqualification.
Yeah, what a pain. Or maybe you just there's a pile up and loads of frames get totaled, and they. Often they carry spares in the team truck, but sometimes they need to go get more from the service course or the manufacturer because they just run out. Because if there's like that, some of the horrible crashes we've seen before. Again, they're going to have to quickly find the commissaires and get them to sticker up the frames and say they're okay.
Just more admin, really, isn't it?
More admin, yeah.
No one likes that. As always, we want to know what you think on this topic. Do you think all kit should be commercially available? Let us know down in that comment section below.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm kind of in the middle.
Yeah. I feel that this is just adding admin, but I don't really feel like it's actually solving a problem.
No.
But anyway, let us know.
Maybe it's solving the UCI problems. I'm sure they have all.
It's giving them something to do.
It's now time for hot and spicy technology.
Okay. Well, we're into the final week of the big Italian bike ride.
Do you mean the Giro?
Yeah, the big Italian bike ride. Anyway, you can catch all the action live, on demand, and anywhere on GCN+. And at the time of recording, Geraint Thomas is still in the race.
What do you mean still in the race?
Well, he's not retired or crashed out. Loads of people have crashed out and they all got COVID or whatever.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, we've spotted Geraint in this Giro wearing what appears to look like some new unreleased sunglasses.
Yeah, so Geraint Thomas is pretty famous for wearing the Oakley jawbones. That is kind of his look, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But obviously, Ineos have a new glasses sponsor, which is SunGod, which means he can no longer wear those famous glasses that he's famous for wearing. And now he's wearing...
Well, it appears to be...
Well, no, they're not
Well, they appear
unbranded.
to be like an unreleased... pair of SunGods. I've not seen them on the SunGod website, but they're a different shape.
Geraint Thomas special.
Yeah. So
does this mean if? Oh no, sunglasses are okay.
I think I don't think they're deemed critical equipment.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but they're very much in the style. I think they've got this full complete white rim.
They're trying to recreate that Geraint Thomas look, but
I think they do that. I think they do create the Geraint Thomas look. He still stands out now in the bunch much more easily than when he wasn't wearing them. I think a few early season races where he's wearing different sunglasses, and I found it harder to spot him. So I think these make it easy to spot him, which is, I guess, what you want, and I think it's cool. And I'm a big fan of how like certain riders have their trademark glasses. You know, throughout history this has sort of happened, and I think, it sort of.
Do you have a trademark?
No, I don't think I do.
You have that headband that you wear sometimes.
Yeah, is that my trademark?
Trademark.
Oh, I can't tell if that's a compliment or not. Anyway,
I'm sure they let you know in the comment section.
They always do. Yeah, I think one of the things though is we should let us know what you think. Do you think that this is do you like this new look for Geraint Thomas, or do you prefer the classic? I'm going to go out there and say I think they look better. Because the old ones are a bit smaller though.
Yeah, but...
And these have a bit bigger lens, which I think this looks better.
It's just a bit more of a modern look, isn't it?
Well, yeah, let us know. By speaking of which, the big Italian bike ride, we've got pink bidons.
And where is this fresh from?
This one has still got some beta fuel in it. It's from Italy, where we were last week, riding up the Monte Zoncolan. You
took the pink water bottle up for a spin.
Yeah. Well, I needed fuel when I was riding up.
So you clearly didn't feel that well if you've still got some left in the bottle.
Drink
it now. Drink it now.
No. It's probably got mould in it now.
Oh.
No, it's all right. I'm all right.
Well.
Oh, a quick factoid for you as well. Right? Do you know what a sticky bottle is in French? And what they say in Italy and stuff as well? They use the same.
Yeah, everybody knows. It's bidon colon.
How do you know that?
Yes, everybody knows. Duh.
Oh.
Put your manky water bottle away.
Okay.
What's up next?
Bidon colon. Bottle sticky. Anyway, the next up we've got there's a new bike from Specialized. New Specialized Allez.
We love aluminium bikes over here on GCNTech, and we've done videos on them in the past singing their praises, and there's a lot of advantage over aluminium rather than carbon, including the cost, and we are very happy to see that Specialized have updated their Allez.
Yeah, it's apparently super light. They claim it's the lightest in class, which I guess that means mass-produced aluminium bikes. But it has a double buttered aluminium frame from E5 alloy, and it's said to weigh 1,375 grams, which is that's pretty light. That's pretty light, isn't it? It's only sort of a couple of 100 grams heavier than what you typically get for a carbon frame.
Yeah.
Which is impressive, I'd say, also when you consider that it looks very similar in its sort of silhouette and tube shapes to a tarmac carbon bike. Because the aluminium frame tech has sort of come on so much in recent years that it's no longer just round tubes. They can form these tubes into more sort of aero and better shapes, which is really cool to see. The fork is carbon though.
Oh, nice. It's said to be stiffer and lighter, but the interesting thing about this bike, they have used the geometry of the Roubaix instead of using the geometry of, say, the tarmac, which is a little bit more aggressive. So they're going to have a little bit more of a relaxed geometry.
Yeah, a bit more endurance focus. Yeah. I think that makes total sense, especially for an aluminium bike and the demographic that tend to buy that over, buying the more expensive sort of tarmacs and stuff. Yeah, proper cool.
Nice.
More big pink bike ride news.
Go on.
Do you remember the outrageous Colnago that we spoke about on the Tech Show a few weeks back, that they launched at the start of the Giro, that was to celebrate it, it had all gold leaf on it and stuff.
Gold everything.
Yeah, to be the trophy for the Giro, and it looked incredible. Well, it's been sold at auction. Yes,
it has been sold at auction at Sotheby Auction House for 1,000.
Is that it? 1,000?
133,000 US dollars. Surely that's one of the most expensive bikes.
It's got to be up there, isn't it? That's outrageous. Yeah. But it does look proper cool.
I mean, it's gold everything with diamonds on it, so...
It's got diamond on the headset thing. I mean, it is a piece of art. So the Lance Armstrong Trek that was done by Damien Hirst with all the butterflies under the lacquer, that was $500,000. So it's still not as much as that.
That still feels like a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it looks better though than the Damien Hirst one. To be honest, controversial, isn't it? But I think that one looks pants. Although it did raise a load of money for Livestrong charity, so
Yeah, probably the most important bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I feel like if you bought that bike, it would be an on-the-wall kind of bike.
Yeah.
Not a riding bike.
Yeah. And also, no butterflies died. I'm not sure how they felt about it. I think the butterflies would prefer the Colnago one.
Yeah, I think so.
More hot tech next week.
It's now time for comments of the week. Not sure what jingle we're going to have.
That was one, wasn't it?
Was it?
Do you want to do one?
No.
Anyway, let's go dive into the comments. First comment from Paul Komarek. He says, in contrast with Ollie getting angry at poor bike vault submissions, I love Manon's disappointment and her indignant delivery of appalling. How do you say appalling?
Appalling?
No, it sounds just the same as English.
Appalling? What do you mean?
Well, no, like, when you say here, in your Welsh accent, you say, here.
Don't take the piss out of me for being Welsh.
Ollie, come over here.
That is not what I sound like.
Anyway,
right, moving on.
Right, John Glass.
Thank you for having Tom sturdy on. I appreciate his words on the issue of 3D printing. Very enlightening.
Oh, yeah, it was great having Tom on. He's a good guy, fountain of knowledge. On Alex's tech vid, so in the final one about his bike conversion on a budget, a lot of people received that really well. Like Alex saying like he got it wrong, and doing his little thing. People really appreciate that, which is great to see. But he did suggest in that video that
you can use a forfeit.
He should do a forfeit, yeah. And Dan123 has a great suggestion. He says the forfeit should be Alex wearing the Amazon cycling kit that he made me wear in Girona last year, and in the same way that he made me wear it, inside out.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
He'd hate that.
Yeah, we should absolutely.
Should we buy him some horrific shoes from Amazon as well?
Let's buy him, yeah.
Like,
I think we'll give ourselves like, what, 50 quid budget?
Oh,
and just we
no,
have to buy
I
a whole
think-
complete outfit for him.
I think less than that, make it even more tragic. Sorry, Alex, you're going to come back from holiday to a bang.
We should totally do that. But it's important for you guys to know that we do read the comments and we do listen to like what you say and that we make content for you guys. So,
We love you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got some more comments under the Roglic bike. One in from Kim. I don't know how you restrained the urge to run your hand over the paint. 11 out of 10 for self-control.
Yeah. And,
What do they think you're going to do to the bike?
Yeah, so it's Roglic's TT bike. The press officer from Jumbo-Visma forbade me from touching the bike. I was told I'm not allowed to touch it.
Why?
David F picked up, quite a lot of the comments picked up on this. So David F said, not allowed to touch it. Someone's being a bit overly precious. Right, so on the one hand, yeah, and that has never happened to us when we've filmed a bike. But when you understand the context of what was happening, so that team had just had like 3 COVID positives. And, they'd had to replace riders at the very last minute. And it was just the day before the Giro was starting. Maybe that, you can understand maybe. So
Does COVID get transferred on bikes?
It's just, if it's a risk you can avoid, then maybe. Just avoid it. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, right, that's all for comments. I think we need to go on to the bike vault now.
Oh, yeah.
Should we go straight in? So, the bike vault, favourite part of the show, is where you submit pictures of your bike in the GCN app and the bike vault, and then you can vote on them in the app, but we get to judge them as well. And if they're nice, nothing happens, they're just nice. But if they're super nice, Manon rings the bell.
Woo woo.
Right, most super nice bike last week, what is it? It's a Geos.
Is it this one from Jeff Bezos Lazy Eye?
Jeff Bezos Lazy Eyes Geos, yeah, with his Rolf wheels. And it's a good background, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure we had this one on the show last week.
Did we?
Well, you weren't here, but me and Alex. But now it's
See,
gone.
you just said here.
But now it's gone to be the most super nice bike of the week.
Yeah.
See here?
Here. Okay. Well, there you go. It was the most super nice bike. It was the one that was voted for the most in the app.
We can't complain.
No.
Really, can we? Do we?
There you go. Yeah, ring the bell. I think it is super nice. It's great. Really clean drivetrain on it as well.
Next up, we've got one from Gin Bustle with Cannondale Super 6 Evo high mod.
Yeah, bit of a jaunty angle against that fence, isn't it? Could have been square on. Do you know what I mean? It's not quite square on, is it?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Is there like multicoloured in the Or was that just a reflection on the cassette?
Oh, yeah.
Quite like that. Not in Biggie Smalls either. Valves aren't lined.
Chain's a bit dirty, isn't it? Yeah, I think that's a nice
Nice.
that one. Yeah.
Could have done better.
Yeah.
Appalling.
Next one, Jeff Paul 06, the 6th Jeff Paul with his Ultra XR4 Bianchi. What do you make of that?
I quite like how everything's coordinated. Got gold, orangey bits kind of everywhere on the bike.
There's some cool details.
There is. The chain as well.
He's got little gold pedal axle bits.
Yeah.
He's got like the gold brakes. They're not Shimano either. He's got different rotors on. He's customised some stuff here. Little gold end stopper on the handlebars. I like that. I like the Celeste and the links on the KMC chain. Good colour coordination.
Got an eye for it.
But he's in smally bigs.
Not got an eye for the bike fault though.
No.
I'd say that.
I think resubmit. That is definite possible Superniced, but you need to.
That would be
resubmit.
an easy Superniced if it was bike fault worthy.
Properly presented. Yeah.
Come on now.
Try harder. Well, it's
One in from
Spicy Rice 69.
interesting. Oh, it's spicy.
A System 6 Cannondale.
This is a new kind of in the dark, lights on, moody picture.
I know. I like it.
Really?
Yeah.
You
I
can't
like
really
the.
see all the details.
I know, but I think it works.
Okay.
I like it. Although, I don't know. It's kind of just it's cool.
It is cool. Bit cool for us.
What do you think?
Well, that's just the Biggie Small situation, if I'm honest.
Is that you struggling?
Yeah.
We have to both agree.
What do you think?
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
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 And we've got the last one this week, which is from
Come on, we need some more Superniced.
_official.
We really do.
It's
these
an
names.
Aura Magma, which is the bike that's being used by Iolo Cometa, Contador and Ivan Basso's team at the Giro d'Italia.
At the pink bike race.
The big pink Italian bike race. What do you make of the Aura
I think this has
Magma?
potential.
Oh,
I think we could be onto a Superniced here.
I mean, everything. It's weird how. Oh no, that's good. No, yeah, it's easy, isn't it? That's super nice.
I feel like that is my kind of colour coordination with the bike.
It's good, isn't it?
Tan side doors, matte black,
That is
everything.
a super nice. Dig it. Right, that's all we've got time for this week.
We'll be back tomorrow
Will we?
at 6 a.m. No, we're not. We'll be back next week.
I was going to say.
Maybe Alex will be back from his Hollybobs.
His Hollybobs, yeah. In the meantime.
Maybe he'll never come back after watching the show about his Amazon outfit.
Yeah, well, anyway, make sure you catch up the Giro as it heads into its conclusion this weekend. I'm proper excited.
Is Geraint Thomas going to win?
I hope so.
I think so.
He might not be in the race by the time this goes out.
Let's hope so. Touch wood. Come on, G.
See you next time. Love you. Bye.